Hello everyone, and thank you for joining the Beauty Shaman. So today I am back again with Ben Fuchs, the creator of Truth Treatment Skincare, and I love talking to Ben. He's just a wealth of information. So today we are going to talk about nutrition and spirituality and how those two ideas, I guess, or practices affect great skin.
Yeah.
And both of them are incredibly powerful. I mean, I know we could probably talk for hours on each one of those individually. I'd love this topic. But let's start on nutrition,
Okay.
because I think people are confused about the play of nutrition in
Right.
skin. And when they start to get into nutrition, they're like, holy cow, what an impact this has had on my skin.
Right.
So let's talk about the impact on the largest organ in our body,
Absolutely.
our skin.
So, first of all, I'm a nutritionist before I'm
Right.
anything else. I'm a nutritional pharmacist. My degree is in pharmacy, but I like using nutrition as medicine. When people think of pharmacy, they tend to think of drugs. But when I think of pharmacy, I think of medicine. And medicine isn't always drugs. You know, Hippocrates lived 300 BC or 400 BC. He said, let food be thy medicine and let medicine be thy food. So traditionally, historically, medicine wasn't drugs. Drugs only came around about 150, 200 years ago. Historically, medicine was food. So medicine to me is something that has a therapeutic value, something that has a healing value. And not only does nutrition have a healing value, but when you pull nutrients out of the body, you immediately get sick. In fact, this is how they tell what a nutrient does. This is how they know what vitamin C does, or the B complex does, or essential fatty acids do. Just to give you an example, when they take essential fatty acids out of the diet, the skin immediately gets dry. The skin not immediately, but within days, the skin will get dry, the skin will get scaly, the skin will become rashy, and the skin will become more sensitive. How many times have you heard people complain about sensitive skin? How many times do you hear people complain about dry skin? We know that the link between essential fatty acids and dry skin, just to take one example, is so intimate and so tight that as soon as you remove EFAs, essential fatty acids, out of the skin, you get skin complaints. The point I'm trying to make is that the way we assess the importance of, or the effects of a specific nutrient is we take it out of an animal's diet, we feed them everything but EFAs, or everything but vitamin C, or everything but zinc, and we see what happens. And then we say, okay, so zinc must do this, or EFAs must do this, or the B complex must do this. So we know that there's an intimate connection between numerous nutrients and the skin. We also know that with the modern American diet, the so-called standard American diet, many people are deficient in these nutrients. So the combination of the fact that zinc and vitamin C and essential fatty acids and the B complex and vitamin A and all the things that we call nutrients are intimately connected with how the skin shows up, in combination with the fact that people don't get these in the standard American diet, leads to a situation where, number one, people's skin is not as beautiful and as healthy and as robust and as viable and as youthful as it should be. And number two, when you add these nutrients, skin improves. That makes nutritional supplementation and understanding how to use nutrition extremely important. Now, you can get nutrients from food, but it's just very difficult. You would have to eat a lot of calories to get the amount of vitamin A that you need in order to have beautiful skin. Right. You'd have to eat a lot of calories in order to get enough B complex or enough zinc. So supplementation is super important.
Right, and then plus with supplementation, I mean, we kind of have to hit on the fact that our soil is depleted, you know,
Cooking,
non-organic
processing.
I mean,
there's
our chemical intake has gone up 50% since the 1970s.
I believe it.
It's crazy.
And when they test the nutritional content of spinach or apples
Right.
or bananas or things that are natural, you know, supposedly good foods, they find that it's got fractions of the nutrients that it had 20 years ago, 30 years or 40 years ago. So supplementation becomes really, really important.
Right.
Now, as far as the skin goes, there's some key supplements that are very important, especially important. If I had to tell you one thing, because nutrition is such a vast subject, if I had to tell you one thing to focus on when it comes to nutrition for the skin, I would tell you fats. The skin is a fatty organ, and it's very dependent on fats.
Yes.
When I say fats, I'm talking about essential fatty acids, like you say omega-3 and omega-6. They're both important, by the way. And then also vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and then probably topically fat-soluble vitamin C. Vitamin C internally is also very important. You know, the disease that's caused by vitamin C deficiency, as we talked about, is scurvy.
Yeah.
And scurvy has a lot of these signs of scurvy show up on the skin. In fact, you can tell scurvy by looking at somebody's skin. We don't have scurvy today anymore, full-blown scurvy where people are dropping dead like they were 200, 300 years ago. But we have what's called subclinical scurvy. That is scurvy where you're not dropping dead of the disease, but your skin is thinning, or you have wrinkles, or you have dryness, because we know vitamin C is involved in all of these different things. It moisturizes the skin, thickens the skin, keeps the skin barrier robust. So fats are very important, and then in addition, vitamin C taken orally is very important. Zinc is probably the #1 mineral for the skin. In fact, zinc is stored in your skin. When you cut yourself, zinc travels to the cut to speed up the healing of the cut.
Wow.
Zinc is a great sunblock. Topical zinc has been used to treat eczema and various skin ailments, but taking zinc orally is really important. What's really neat about some of these supplements is they're cheap. Zinc is a penny a day, 2 pennies a day. Yeah. Essential fatty acids are 20 cents, 30 cents a day. Vitamin C is pennies a day. Right. Vitamin A is pennies a day. So really, for less than $1 a day, you can get enough nutrition to take care of your skin. Now, if you have a full-blown skin disease like acne, you can use our Truth Blemish Repair Complex, which will cost you, I don't know, maybe $1 a day, something along those lines. So for anywhere from 10 cents a day to $2 a day, you can get all the nutrition you need to keep your skin beautiful and youthful and healthy, whether you're dealing with aging skin, dry skin, acneic skin, eczema skin, whatever it is. Nutrition is super duper important. Food is important, but supplementation is a great way to get your nutrients. And remember, it's not just the nutrients you take, it's the nutrients you absorb.
Right.
So you got to make sure that your gallbladder and your intestine and your pancreas and your stomach and all the digestive machinery is working as it should. And we should probably do a video on digestion sometime, because that's really, really important.
Huge. Yeah. It's your second brain.
It's your second brain. That's right. There's actually a book called Your Second Brain.
Yeah.
It's about the digestive brain. If you had a gallbladder taken out, it becomes really, really important that you supplement, and you supplement strategically. If you have Crohn's disease or celiac disease or ulcerative colitis, likewise. If you have pancreatic diseases or pancreatitis, also, these are all digestive maladies or pathologies that can impact how well you absorb nutrients, which will end up showing up on your skin.
And sometimes it's important to get some help. I mean, I think I deal with a naturopath, or just do your homework. Like really,
it's true.
Study. I mean, either way. I mean, one of the subjects I'm very, very keen on, very hot on, is I am responsible for my own health and well-being.
Love that.
It is my job to research, and I think you're a big believer in that as well.
Absolutely.
And that's why we do these interviews, so that people can really learn. But I also feel like when it comes to our diet, omega-6s and 3s and 6s, and how much you should take, and all those things, it can get a little tricky. But I got to figure that out. How am I going to figure that out? And you can. The information is there.
You can
it's a matter of doing it.
You know what? And it's not just a question of the information; it's a question of your body.
Yeah.
Go by your body.
Go by your body.
Go by your skin. When you get enough essential fatty acids, you won't have dry skin anymore.
Yeah.
Or if you have menstrual problems, you won't have menstrual cramps anymore.
That's right.
Or one of the greatest ways to tell how effective your EFA supplements are, or how well you're absorbing, or how much you're taking, is by your fat cravings.
Yeah.
When you get enough essential fatty acids, you're not going to crave fatty foods anymore.
That is one of my key things. I start craving French fries. I don't know.
Exactly.
It's my weakness in life is French fries. Seriously, any food, I don't eat French fries, but that's a sign for me, I'm not getting enough fat in my diet.
Exactly.
And then I'm like, I'll go grab my omega-6 oil, and I'll go ahead and put it in my smoothie, twice the amount I normally would.
Put it in your smoothie.
And seriously, it kills it right away.
Absolutely.
So let's shift into spirituality. And
that's a big
thoughts.
shift.
Okay, big shift. But at the same token, those two things together make such a difference to your skin. Yeah. So how do your thoughts, proper English, influence your skin?
Yeah, that's a great question. So you've heard of mind-body, right?
Oh yeah.
Right? So there's a whole thing called mind-body. But the medical community and the scientific community, we'll say, they consider this mind-body thing to be kind of silly. Like airy-fairy, the idea that mind controls things. But really, just common sense will tell you that the mind has a major role to play in the body. For example, shake my hand, right? How did you know to move your hand?
Oh yeah, it's your brain. Yeah.
Your mind, we'll say, but your brain is the physical manifestation of your brain. But your mind tells you to lift your hand out. Your mind tells you to go reach over here. So we know the mind is connected to the body. We know that the mind will affect the body, and it turns out that the link between the mind and the body the mind is linked to the body, we'll say, via what's called the nervous system, right? But you have two nervous systems. You have a nervous system that controls voluntary kinds of movements, like I say, I want to move my arm. That's a voluntary movement, and the nervous system does that. My mind says, move your arm, or pick up this cup, or do certain things. That's your voluntary nervous system. But a huge part of your nervous system controls your blood pressure, controls your digestive system, controls your liver function, controls your skin, your sebum secretion in your skin, controls cell division in your skin, controls all of these unconscious kinds of processes in the body. That's called your automatic or autonomic nervous system. And this autonomic nervous system is operating subconsciously. We don't have control over it. We don't have conscious control over it. The autonomic nervous system is divided into two branches. One that controls survival, gets you out of the way of a lion when a lion is chasing you, or out of the way of a bus when a bus is coming down the road and you're walking across the street. And it also controls safety. It controls all of the biochemical processes that are involved when you feel good, when you feel comfortable. So for example, when you're in survival mode, your blood pressure will go up. Why? Because you got to get more blood to all your organs so you can run. When you're in relaxation mode, your blood pressure will drop. When you're in survival mode, your bowels will close down. Why? Because when you're running from a lion, you're not supposed to stop on the African savannah and have a bowel movement, right? So your bowels will shut down. Seriously.
Excuse me, lion. I got
Okay. Yeah, you can't. You're not going to say that, right? But when you're relaxed, your bowels will open up and your intestine will function more effectively. When you're in survival mode, your body will redirect energy away from your skin towards more important organs like your muscles so you can run, or towards your heart, or towards your lungs so you can breathe and so you can have effective blood supply. Your skin is irrelevant when you're running away from a tiger. Your immune system is irrelevant when you're running away from the tiger. Who cares about bacteria? Who cares about viruses? You got to get away from a lion. So what we want to do is we want to learn to access the relaxation response. The relaxation response is accessed by good thoughts. The relaxation response is leveraged or turned on or activated by good feelings. So good thoughts and good feelings activate this relaxation nervous system, so the blood flow will now go to your skin. It will be redirected towards your top of your head, towards your scalp. It will go towards your immune system. It will go towards your bowels. It will go towards your digestive system. You'll digest your food better. All of the good things in life are activated by the relaxation nervous system, which in turn is activated by peaceful, kind, loving thoughts, as well as feelings. I always consider our mental nature and our emotional nature to be two sides of the same coin. So as we think a thought, we have a feeling, and then as we have a feeling, we have a thought. And by the way, feelings are not emotions.
Right.
There's a difference between feelings and emotions. Feelings are somatic. They're in the body. Emotions are the link between our mind and our feelings. Emotions are labels that we give certain feelings. They're the way we think about our feelings. So when we talk about the importance of feelings, what we're really talking about is the importance of somatic feelings, of how we feel inside the body. Emotions are already a higher degree. They're already a label that we place on a feeling. The reason that's important is because there's not a lot of feelings in the body. In fact, there's only one feeling in the body. Do you know there's only one feeling in the body? We call it a tingle. I call it a tingle. That's the only feeling we ever have in a body, but then we label that tingle. And the reason this is important is because how we label the tingle will affect what kind of chemistry is initiated. How we label the tingle will initiate survival chemistry, or it will initiate peace chemistry. And we could do both. For example, if you're scared about something, you have to do a talk. That's a classic example. People don't like to public speak. So they do a public right before you go on stage, they get all nervous and they get all scared. That same tingle is the same feeling you get when you're a kid, when you're excited to see Santa Claus at Christmas. Yeah. It's the same feeling that you get when you're falling in love with somebody, or you see somebody that you love, or you're going to go out on a date with somebody you like. That same feeling is just a tingle. If we can learn to separate, to decouple, or to uncouple the label from the feeling, we'll have much more power over our emotions. Yeah. So how our emotions show up is really a function of a label, a thought that we place on a feeling. And what we really want to do is learn to decouple them or relabel. Yeah. So the next time you're feeling crappy, just take it down to a feeling and then relabel it. What will end up happening is instead of stress hormone and fear hormones and the chemistry that shuts down your healing and your wound repair and your growth and your digestive system and all the good stuff, you'll now be secreting oxytocin and endorphins and serotonin and all the good stuff that will help thicken your skin and will strengthen your immune system, improve your digestion, and give you all the good things in life. And by the way, all of this is you're going to hear about. The reason I'm going to bring this up is because more and more you're going to hear about this. all of these relaxation response that we're talking about, I call it the relaxation response, is regulated by something called the vagus nerve. And the reason this is important is because you're going to be hearing more and more over the coming months and even years about polyvagal or vagal therapy, which is the idea of activating the vagus nerve through decoupling feelings from labels, or by thinking positive emotions or feeling positive emotions and thinking positive thoughts in order to feel better and healthier. Because as it turns out, all chronic long-term degenerative diseases are within the realm of the sympathetic or the survival nervous system, which is technically called the sympathetic nervous system. And learning to deactivate the sympathetic nervous system and activate the relaxation response or the parasympathetic nervous system is an incredibly vital tool or important tool for
and it's something we can learn how to do.
Absolutely.
Well, there's lots of great material out there.
Slow deep breathing.
People can slow deep breathing. Meditation. There's some great teachers.
Hot tubs.
You know, I mean, there's a lot of information out there, and I think just really taking an active role in your own well-being.
Yes.
For me, I meditate. I love meditating. I try to meditate every morning.
You know what's funny about meditation? It's the most blissful experience you can have.
Blissful. It's hard at first. I mean, I must say, the first time you try it, you're like,
if you're
I've got something to do. I know I do.
You know why it's hard? You know why meditation's hard? Because as we're sitting here, we're thinking thoughts all the time, but we're not paying attention to them.
Right.
They're running in the background.
Suddenly
but
when you
meditate, all those thoughts that were in the background, they're no longer in the background. Now they're in the foreground, and you go nuts.
Yeah.
So what you want to learn to do in meditate is not stop your mind.
You just let it go.
Watch it.
Yeah, watch it. Let them go.
Exactly.
Yeah, meditation's very, very powerful. I highly recommend it. And the thing I love about it is you don't need to meditate for hours and hours. You can meditate for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
And you'll notice a difference.
2 minutes.
Right. And you'll notice a difference in your skin. To take it back to the skin.
Yes, because the skin needs you to be relaxed.
It does.
Absolutely. The skin needs to be relaxed, thinning skin. And by the way, I can always tell when somebody is in survival mode by looking at their skin.
Absolutely.
Survival mode skin will be thinner. Survival mode skin will have more wrinkles, and survival mode skin will have a constant oily shine to it.
Yes.
So you can tell survival mode skin by looking at it. Sebum. It's funny about sebum, skin oils. Sebum and skin oils are one of the ways that we protect ourselves, believe it or not.
Oh, right.
Because when a lion tries to grab you, it'll be slippery. So the body has evolved. The body has evolved.
When you're saying, "Excuse me, I got to go to the bathroom," and the lion runs up, then your skin helps to keep him.
That's right. I heard a comedian say one time. He said, a shark would never eat me because as soon as he bit into me, I would poop my pants.
Okay, we went there, people. We went there in this interview. Forget the others. This one, we went to poop. Anyway, this is these are great subjects. I hope you've learned a lot talking about nutrition and also about the mind-body and how that influences your skin. The truth is, we do have control over a large part of our thoughts.
Huge.
We absolutely control what we put in our body when it comes to nutrition, and taking personal responsibility for educating yourself on all of these things.
Be your own authority.
Be your own authority. I hope you've gotten a lot out of this. Thank you for watching. Please write in comments down below. We'd love to hear from you, and we always respond, by the way. So thanks again, and have a great day.